We all play the same game. The battlefield may look different, but between those painted lines, the feeling each of us get alongside our tribe. Let the moment sink in, then let it rip. The runs out wide, last-ditch efforts and clean sheets. The tap-in or rocket to the top bins. The eruption of the 12th player that sends shivers down your spine. It's in the way we celebrate, because football is everyone's game. Play football.
Puts in the penalty and wins the grand final for Campbelltown City.
Welcome back here to the RAA NPLSA Round 5 fixture between the host Campbelltown City Soccer Club and the visitors Adelaide Comets FC, Steve Woodcock Park. We've got a lot of fixtures going around the leagues tonight, but this one's nice and chilly up here in Newton. Go through the lineups as we see the players come through the raceway just shortly. Other games on tonight is Adelaide Croatia Raiders versus Playford, Adelaide United Youth versus Metro Stars, Adelaide City versus Modbury Jets, West Torrens Bacala versus FK Beograd, and in the State League 1, Adelaide Vipers versus South Adelaide Panthers. Give you those score updates as they come on. And we'll just wait now for the players to enter the raceway. While we wait for that, we might give you some of the previous fixtures between these two. Adelaide Comets coming off Australian Cup preliminary round win against Parra Hills East, 3-1 last weekend at home. A couple of red cards in that game, so young Jake Dorsey is going to be missing out on tonight's fixture. Otherwise, there is some inclusions on the bench we'll talk about a bit later, with special mention to Stelios Zacharakis, who got a double last week, coming into the team for his first few games of the season. Otherwise, the home team, Campbelltown City, reversed their hoodoo against Playford City after losing 4-0 here at home. They faced them in the cup and beat them 2-0. Goals from Alex Mullen from a header and Josh Murray opening his account for the season. Now we'll see the players come out of the raceway and we'll go through the lineups of both teams, starting with the away side, Adelaide Comets. Number 1, the captain, Daniel Vaughan. Number 6, Nicholas Vatanos. Number 10, Anthony Mavro-Lombardos. Number 11, Jaden Labasso. Number 14, Aladdin Irabona. Number 17, Ethan Karkafiris. Number 18, Luis Felipe Oliveira Lobo. Number 21, Nicholas Ikonomopoulos. Number 22, Min Sung Park. Number 23, Nikola Stojanovic. And number 66, Damian Lujic. On the bench for Comets is Philip Spadavecchia. Number 16, Gerald Howard. Stelios Zacharakis, Panagotis Politis, number 27, Harry Thomas, number 99, the reserve goalkeeper, Johnny Tremonton. For the home team, Campbelltown City, much of the same, but they've got a new goalkeeper in between the sticks after recovering from his concussion a few weeks ago. Luca Maggetto finds his way in between with Adam Lee and Bruno, Joel Allwright, Alexander Mullen, Mark Marino, Josh Murray, Adam Piscineri, James Carocci, Jordan Marisic, Alessio Malisi, Quabena Appia, and on the bench, Connor Centofanti, James Boffa, Joshua Baresi, Anthony Piscineri, Brandon Centofanti, and the reserve goalkeeper, Matthew Centofanti. Both these teams have played out some classics in the past, preliminary finals, grand finals even. And the last time they faced each other in the NPL last season in July was a 3-3 thriller at Comets. Prior to that, here at Steve Woodcock, it's been a 2-0 win for Campbelltown in the league, a 4-0 loss in the cup, a 5-1 win in the league, and a 1-0 loss in the league a couple of years ago. Definitely one of the chillier nights here in SA for the NPL. Finally getting into that winter weather, so a lot of those players out there have got the long sleeve skins on now, and even the goalkeepers, I'm sure, will have some tights on. Referee in the middle of the park, Christian Verdicchio. He knows all about these major fixtures and how to keep them under wraps. Of course, he'll be helped by his 2 assistant referees as well. Bit of a difference in fortunes over these teams of the last couple of weeks. Adelaide Comets equal top of the league with 9 points. They're in equal first with Metro Stars and Adelaide United Youth Team, while Campbelltown finally got their league campaign underway with a win last week in the league, where they beat Modbury Jets 3-0 away from home. Then they got a win in the cup, so they're riding on fumes at the moment. But they want to do it in front of their home fans in the league. Packed out Steve Woodcock, good fans turning up tonight. And they're keen to see a big win as the game pans out. We'll go through some of the changes in positions for some of the teams, but kickoff underway now. Lujic to Marino. Alex Mullen looks like he's going to be playing out centre back. We did see that in the previous game against Modbury Jets. And I think he did also play there in the Australia Cup last weekend. Here's Josh Murray. Turned 28 this week, Josh Murray. So he's going to want to get a late birthday present tonight and score in front of his home fans as he did last week in the Cup. Otherwise, from the off, it looks like another change in position for Min Sung Park. Seen him operate in the centre of midfield or a bit wide in the midfield as well, but it looks like he's going to be playing left fullback. Had a chat to him before kickoff as well, and the last time I did commentate him, he was playing left fullback for West Adelaide Hellers. Another in for Campbelltown this week, and he did return last week from injury, was Alessio Malisi. He's found his way at right fullback and took his opportunity well, as James Boffa and a couple of the other contingent here at Campbelltown were away in Melbourne for a wedding, so Malisi slotted in at right back in Boffa's absence, but he returns to the bench tonight after returning to Adelaide after that venture. So all right, looking for a through pass to Karachi there. Was cut out though by Karkafiris, and the pressure was building there from Avalambardos. Return to the starting lineup as well for young Nick Vatanos at right fullback, it looks like. Started in the previous league fixture, but he was not playing in the Australia Cup last weekend. Here's Aladdin Irabona, who of course did get a goal in that Australia Cup. And the captain, Labasso. Here's Mavrolambardos driving through the middle now, looking for an option. Finds Irabona. He's got Karachi to deal with, spins out of trouble, finds a great ball to Min Sung Park, who's in behind. Here's Min Sung Park, goes through one, looks to lay it back for Labasso. And they just about keep it alive. Mavrolambardos can only clear to Josh Murray. He's got some space to run into. Murray looking for the switch to Marino. It's a good ball, but it's held up. He's got two to deal with, Mark Marino. Controls well, plays back to Piscineri. Here's Jordan Marisic now. Spreads it wide to Karachi. He's got Min Sung Park to deal with. Karachi, was he fouled? The referee says no, and Park comes away with it. Labasso's touch is heavy though. Piscineri looking over the top for Appiah, yet to score in his new colours of Campbelltown City. And he'll find it more difficult to do if Karkafiris blocks him out as well as he did there. Damian Lujic playing out as centre-back now with the pressure of Appiah. He falls to the floor. Karkafiris to Irabona, but it's a good inception by Malisi. Now Karachi, bodied out of it by Irabona. Like he's pulling the strings early on here for Comets. Here's Ikonomopoulos. Seen him more of a midfield role this season, but we know he can do in front of goals. Scored some crackers over the years, has Lucas. Sorry, that's his brother, Nicola Ikonomopoulos. Maggetto claims on the second time of asking. Of course, Ikonomopoulos' brother Lucas has transferred to Fulham United, so if you ever watch State League 1, that's where he'll be plying his trade. But Nico Ikonomopoulos is operating in the centre of midfield. Such an interesting one seeing Maggetto come in. Matt Santafanti has played every game aside from that round one fixture against Metro where Maggetto was concussed and taken off at half-time. So it seems like he is the #1 choice when fit, Maggetto. So He's got big shoes to fill after Centofanti kept a clean sheet last week and in the cup, and then the clean sheet in the previous against Modbury Jets. So can't do much more as a goalkeeper, but when the coach has got good confidence in you like Maggetto, you're going to find your way in. Here's Malisi at right fullback. Trip over to the ball, but gets it somehow through the legs of Park. All right. Back out to Karachi. But Irabona's there. It looks like he'll be shielding this out or winning a foul, actually. Very deep at the moment is Irabona, but that's what you get with a player with such a good work ethic like him. Up and down the field, he'll be scoring goals and making sure they keep him out as well. Very talented player in the NPLSA. Scored 4 goals in the league this season, has Aladdin Irabona. Of course, missed the penalty last week in the Australia Cup. So if they do get one tonight, I'd love to see who's on the duties of them. Here's Ikonomopoulos with space. He might shoot. Goes on his left foot. Ikonomopoulos just over the bar, floating. No danger for the goalkeeper there, but it's an early sign for Comets FC. Adelaide Comets looking to extend their lead and keep the race on for that top spot, with Metro Stars and Adelaide United also playing tonight. Whoever gets the victory and goal difference to boot will take their place on the summit of the table. Here's Mullen looking long for Appiah. Kakafiris is there to deal with him, and then he puts it out for a throw-in. Malisi to Marino. Very interesting to see Malisi at right fullback. More known for his abilities as a striker or as a winger in his time here at Campbelltown and previously at Metro Stars. So it might be a new beginning for him as a right fullback. He'll definitely get up the line quite a lot, with Karachi trying to keep that inside channel to feet. He might be the one on the overlap. And looks like he's trying to get picked out there, and he gets beaten to it by Irabona, but he's not wearing his metal studs, is Aladdin, and slips over and he gives that away. Here's Alex Mullen to Marisic. Of course, notable that they're missing there. Go back to Liam Bruno, who puts a cross in here low, deflected into the arms of the captain, Vaughan, and he's happy that that's not ended up anywhere else into his back of the net after the deflection. But as I was saying, their international Campbelltown in Javin Alec is not involved tonight. He wasn't involved last week either. Not sure if it's an injury. He did come off early against Modbury Jets in the previous league fixture, so I would attribute it to that. But they've got capable replacements in Marisic, who's just come back from an injury himself, and Mullen, who put a team of the week performance there against Modbury Jets. Here's Liam Bruno. Piscineri and Marino can't make it stick. Here's Lobo. And Marino now to Malisi. All right to Malisi. Looks for Karachi just ahead of him though, and Comets come away with it. Here's Minsung Park using his body with Karachi well and won the free kick. One of the more interesting facts in this game that I can tell you, those boots, those shiny ones that Minsung Park's wearing, was actually sold to him by his opponent tonight in James Karachi. That's one I figured out last week, so be interesting to see how close those two end up tonight. And if might leave one on him. And here's Piscineri now looking for that area. Appiah, has he broke the offside trap? Looks like he has. Finds Karachi. Here's James Karachi floating it back post to Josh Murray with a header. I think it was deflected off. That's another good chance for Campbelltown City. Cutting in from the right side, young James Carocci picks out the man at the far post in Murray, and he tries to float his header across goals, but it was defended out well by the Comets back line. Will be that man who delivered that cross in, who's going to be delivering this corner on the far side. Carocci whips it in. Near post, looking for Murray's head again. It finds way to Mullen, but his connection is too weak, and it just falls into the hands of Vaughan. He tries to go quickly to Labasso. Only back to Minsung Park. Appiah wins back, and now Marino's trying to come away with it, but Minsung Park again in the way. He's had a great start to this game. Minsung Park at left fullback. Here's Labasso to Irabona. Time to do some attacking forays. Finds the feet of Mavrolambardos. Big sliding challenge from Mullen, and Carocci can find Appiah again. Again turned over though. Ikonomopoulos. Very narrow at the moment is Adelaide Comets, and yet to see what formation they're building up with, but it looks like it is two strikers and only the fullbacks to create the width, so I'm not sure if there's any out-and-out wingers. It might be Irabona and Stojanovic. Definitely coming quite deep. Here's Park and Carocci. Park wins the flick on. Malisi lets it bounce, but comes away with it. Joel Allwright finding his way into the midfield this week after playing previously at centre-back in pre-season and in that round one fixture against Metro Stars. And recovering from his injury, looks like he's found his way into the midfield. And they've changed that up with Alex Mullen at centre-back instead. Campbelltown really trying to push their fullbacks forward. You see how far Malisi and Liam Bruno is, but it's not going to be helped by a poor pass like that from Piscineri. Here's Labasso. Piscineri makes up with that sliding challenge on Labasso, who's definitely felt the effects of that. He stays down temporarily here. Definitely a fair challenge, but as we've seen around the world, sometimes if you go through the ball and then the man, it might leave one on him. Here's Park looking for the feet of Labasso. Has time to turn. And then he finds the feet of Marino. He tries to flick it down the line for Appiah. He's got the pace to beat Karkafiris to the ball. Throwing some step overs. He's only got Marino to work with at the front here. Here's James Carocci. Edge of the box. Opts the pass to Murray. Takes his defender 1v1. Murray, his shot only finds the deflection. It's a big chance and he knows it. But definitely a very end-to-end game, as we've seen in the past between these two sides. There was a bit of spice in the previous years, but I think everyone at home who knows these teams well probably know that most of those players who created that spice have left either club at the moment, mostly from the Comets team. Here's Marisic looking over the top for Carocci. He's battling out Minsung Park, who's played it down to Malisi now, and Carocci's going to come away with it again. Using his body against Irabona. He left that one, Minsung Park, as it was floating down the back post, and Carocci kept it alive to play Malisi. So it's probably the first time we've seen Park misjudge a ball at the moment, but he's definitely nice and aggressive in that defensive area. It's a good win from Labasso. Looking forward, and again, with this narrow team that Comets have, they've not got much width at the moment. That ball's gone along. Through to Lobo with the volley, and a good save there from Maggetto. A good build up there from Adelaide Comets. A long through ball, followed by a looped pass through to Lobo, who was overlapping, and a great chance for them. There's been a few on target now for both sides. But probably both teams will be ruining those misses if the game comes to it. Here's Alex Mullen now building up from the back. Looks wide to Josh Murray. Has time to control it back to Liam Bruno. Takes a good touch away from his defender and wins a foul. No time to dwell on that. Campbelltown are back underway. All right, looking for the feed of Karachi. Gets a good flick to Appiah. Marino's going to find it, tries to dink it over the top, but he's got too much on that. But another classic up, back and through move there from Campbelltown City. Found the winger, found the 10, and he looped it forward to the 9. So they're getting their combinations well. And it's definitely an improvement, especially at home, after some of their previous fixtures here. Murray with a good win. Missionary looking long to Liam Bruno, but he's asked a lot of the fullback there, and that's just going to go out for a goal kick. Definitely can see in the build-up, though, the three that stay back for Campbelltown are Mullen, Marisic and Piscineri, while they've given the freedom to both Malisi and Liam Bruno. Which is a smart thing to have, especially when you have Malisi playing out of right fullback, to have him nice and forward, knowing his attacking threat that he can pose. Keeping him nice and forward when you have the ball is definitely a strategy to get more plays in the box. Playing out from the goal kick is Comets. Over Lombardos. Looking back to Ikonomopoulos. Returns the favour. Labasso under more pressure from Piscineri. He's been immense to start this game, and he finds it now to Karachi, who tries to switch it, but nobody's there for Campbelltown. And Vatanos struggling with the bounce here, just gives it back to Karachi. Finds Marino in clear space. He can find Morrow on the left. He's open and free. Marino goes himself. Might find it now to Morrow. It's a bit bouncy. Josh Morrow in the left foot. Good save there from Vaughan. Another massive chance for the number 11 of Campbelltown. This time provided by Mark Marino. Working well is the front line of Campbelltown City at the moment. Creating chances for each other. And looking ever dangerous. Adelaide Comets, on the other hand, they seem to be playing well out of the back. And they just can't seem to get into that forward third. Game gets real stretched on this pitch if you're not keeping the ball. Alex Mullen with a nice clip first time to Joel Allwright. Ghetto. Marisic into Murray. All right, looked to find Liam Bruno, but he's overhit that. Lujic now can only clear long, but again, they're second to this ball at the moment, Comets. Campbelltown all over possession. All right, gets in a good bit of space in the middle there. Liam Bruno finds the feed of Marino, whose flick is a bit bobbly and he can't find his teammate there. Laden Irabona mimics that. Finds it back to Karachi. Looking to chip over the top for Murray, but too narrow, and Murray's telling him that he wanted it wider where he was standing. Kakafouris only gives it up to Karachi now. He finds all right, but his pass is a bit overhit, but it's going to stay alive because of this grass. Just bobble over for a goal kick. Vaughan hasn't got the armband tonight. Have noticed that it's Labasso who's got it. Both of them listed as the captain on the team sheet. He's definitely leading from the back, telling his defenders to calm down and make sure you make some 100% passes instead of trying to play the worldie. Here's Stojanovic. Looks for Mavro-Lombardas. Good flicking behind. Gets the 1-2. Now they're stretched. Campbelltown. This is Aladdin Irabona on Malisi. Drives inside. Irabona looks for the flicked pass, and it had some good shape on it, but no one attacking it for Adelaide Comets. Mullen back out to Marisic, under a bit of pressure this time. So they're stepping up a little bit, Comets, but as you can see with their formation, it really looks like they've got a bit of a diamond midfield going on there, and two strikers up front in Stojanovic and Labasso, with Ikonomopoulos in the 10. Lobo and Irabona, the right-sided midfielders, and maybe Mavro-Lombardas in the 6. Poor switch that time from Allright as he splits the two of his own red teammates. Ikonomopoulos time to spin. Play a nice splitting pass to Minsung Park, who's got space ahead of him to drive into. Plays a ball out to Irabona. Continues his run, Minsung Park, and he gets the return. Gets the interception, and Malisi's got to throw in now on this near side. Malisi looking long, but Park's in the way. Stojanovic now drives into the space. Park to Mavro-Lombardas. Kakafouris to Ikonomopoulos. Big pressure here from Campbelltown, and he forces a mistake from Damian Lujic. Labasso can recover and keep this alive for Comets. Ikonomopoulos again looking for the switch of Irabona, but Malisi's there well with a header. Now Karachi can link up with him. Here's Malisi. He's got the whole wing to work with, but he's got Irabona up his sleeve. And he only turns it over to Ikonomopoulos. Here's Lewis Lobo looking over the top as well, but another overhit ball seems to be the story of the night at the moment for both teams. Looking for that ball over the top, but it's just carrying a bit too much. Definitely enforcing this tactic of keeping Piscineri in the back line and letting Allright and Marino run free in that middle. Give you some score updates from around the grounds if there is anybody. It's only just started between Raiders and Playford. It's 0-0 there at Croatian Sports Centre. Adelaide United Youth and Metro, a couple of the other games kicking off at 8 o'clock and 8:15. That ball stayed in play though. Mavro-Lombardas to Ikonomopoulos. Stojanovic dropped a bit deeper now from striker, and he swaps his positions with one of the other midfielders. That's a good ball at the top for Vatanos. Cuts inside of Liam Bruno. Good touch from Lewis Lobo on the left foot. Lewis Lobo! And just past the far corner. Everybody on this Comets bench was waiting for that to ripple the net, but it's just found wide. But another good attacking move on that right-hand side for Adelaide Comets. Vatanos creating a width as we did expect, and a great touch forward there by Lewis Lobo. And his left-footed strike just wide of the mark. Good entertaining game here between these two sides. Very tough contest. Neither team seem like they're going to budge. Playing some slow build-up and getting everybody involved, it seems, at the moment. Here's Mullen to Malisi. Uses his body to try and spin Irabona. They're both on the floor here, and I think he's lost out there, Malisi. Now Irabona can look to launch an attack. Labasso spins Marisic, and Vidicchio looked like he pulled it back, but he's given advantage just as Comets have given it away. And now Maury comes out of two, still going at Josh Morrow on this left side. Cuts inside, and that's where the second defender is, but he's going to give away a foul there as well, and it was definitely a tough situation to get out of there, and it looked like he just about had. He took that touch in front of the defender, but he opted to cut back, and that was where the recovering Vatanos was to stop him in his tracks. Come from an offside position there was Stojanovic, and Verdicchio and his assistant on the far side have pulled that back for offside. Here's Alex Mullen now, looking to the feet of Marino, flicks inside for all right. And he follows suit with a nice flick himself. Malisi. Piscineri with a couple nice touches here. He's got 3 to work with, and he's working hard for this ball is Stojanovic at the moment. Marisic out to Maury. Bit of space now to drive against his defender, Vatanos. Cuts inside Maury, and that bouncing ball only finds Ikonomopoulos, and haven't made it stick at the moment, Campbelltown. Here's Appiah, flicks inside for Josh Maury. His touch! And he jumps to the floor, but I think he must have tripped over the turf there. I don't think he had any contact, as he was too eager to get right in front of goal there of Daniel Vaughan. Piscineri looking for somebody to make an option down the line. Marisic. Here's Maury again. Finds the overlap of Liam Bruno, who finds the feet of Appiah, who lets it run though, and showed too much of that to the Adelaide Comets defence. And they're back where they started, Campbelltown. Piscineri now with a hopeful ball that wasn't aimed at anybody, it seems, and Vaughan just clutches that, and he's happy to deal with any balls that come into that area. Furious's switch is only fine. Piscineri puts it into a nice path of Appiah, but as I've said all night, it's just carrying a bit too much. They've trained with ankle weights this week, both teams, because it seems like they're just overhitting everything at the moment. Another foul to slow this game down a bit more, and Aladdin Irabonnet looked like he was going to take it, but he's faked it to the next one. Game has officially started there. Adelaide United youth team and Metro Stars, a top of the table clash there. So if either of those teams provide a stalemate and Comets win tonight, then they'll take the lead. Here's Vaughan with a touch ahead of a couple of red shirts pressure. They've seemed to make this work. Vatanos is clear on that right side, looking for a cross. Finds the feet of Lobo instead. Chips in behind for Labasso. Great touch. Looked to cut it across, but Alex Mullen was there, and I think that might be a corner. It is. And the Campbelltown defence are not happy with how that's eventuated. But it seems like that collision with Labasso and Mullen has ended over the touchline. Now it's Stojanovic on the left side. Right side, sorry, from screen. To take this corner. Goes near post. Piscineri heads clear and falls into the feet of Appiah. We've only got one up here at Campbelltown, and he's fouled on the halfway line. So Radicchio is going to play on. He's not. He's going to pull it back now and not provide a booking. Now Mullen. Marino with time to turn. He gets fouled by Labasso, but advantage is played by Radicchio. Liam Bruno to Murray. All right to Marino. Good bit of play here now. All right goes for the strike. It was swerving, but Daniel Vaughan happily claims that one. Here's Karachi. Now time to drive into the box. Finds Marino. Nice few touches here from Marino. Playing in the 10 for the last couple of games here for Campbelltown, with Appiah providing that pace at 9. Here's Murray providing on the left side. Looks for a cross, deflected out, and it just about stays in by Vatanos. But as I was saying, Marino operating the 10, more usual to the number 9, like the shirt says, but seems to be getting a lot more touches and showing his technical ability in the last couple of weeks from there. And he's got a lot of worth in that spot here. He picks it up again with time to turn. Chips forward to Murray. Takes a good touch. Josh Murray, edge of the box. Cuts inside, has a strike. Again, second time of asking Vaughan claims, but he'll be happy with them all night if that's all he has to deal with. Another attempted long ball there from Adelaide Comets. Doesn't result in anything. Campbelltown have more time to build up an attack. Mullen looking long, he slips over there. Now Labasso can play through here. Stojanovic, he's 1v1. Opts for the strike early, Stojanovic, sorry. Past the left post, and not sure if he was in between two minds there of whipping it past the keeper and chipping it, but looks like he slipped himself a little bit while shooting that. And it's gone clear of the mark, but a massive opportunity for Adelaide Comets, and it's all come from the fact of a couple of players slipping. After they were playing out of the back here, Campbelltown picked out the wrong man, and one ball through from Labasso creates a massive chance for Comets, but that's all we've been saying this first half. Just chances that neither team's been able to take. But they're coming. Here's Karachi. Can only find all right to Malisi and all the way back for Campbelltown. Piscineri with a great ball to Murray, who's straight offside actually, and Vidicchio's just going to pull that back. Into the last 10 minutes of this first half. Neither team been able to make their chances pay, but they are creating them with ease at the moment. Probably about 2 or 3 from both teams that are just missing a lethal strike. Vaughan with a low delivery, and Piscineri's picked that up. He might be off his line there, but he's looked for Marino, who has definitely stayed on side, but couldn't keep the touch under control. Here's Vaughan again. Picks out Labasso and has time to turn now. Mavro-Lombardos looking long to Minsung Park. Malisi's there to cut that one out though. Park takes a past Karachi and past Mullen now. Chips in behind for Stojanovic, who has straight offside, but there was a good bit of skill there from Minsung Park. Took it down the line and then cut inside and looked to play a through ball to his striker. It's good attacking play from the young left back. Here's Mullen looking for the feed of Karachi. Park's with him. And this time he's a bit too eager with his defence. Fouls him. Keeping up a bit better than Comets out the back here, Campbelltown. But again, they just can't seem to transition this into the attacking half for a lot of domination. Here's Marino, who has to come deep to pick this up. Finds Leon Bruno. Murray. Marino, great touch ahead of his defender. Murray back to all right. Tries to flick it through, but Mavro-Lombardos is there, and now Vatanos can clear. It might stay in. And that bounces too far away, and a couple of handball shouts. Vidicchio is close to that, had a good view and says no. Alex Mullen looking for Josh Murray. Gets his body in the way. Tries to spin Vatanos. Tries a second time, and he might have got a hand to the face, and Vidicchio is going to pay it. Look to do a little bit of a Maradona spin there on the corner, and Vatanos was a bit too eager and threw an arm in the facial direction of Murray, and it's one a dangerous free kick now for Karachi to take. Here's James Karachi on the far side now. Bit of tussling going on in the box with Appiah and Vaughan. Looks like Karkafiris as well, but nothing too dangerous. Now it's Karachi. Swings this in, nobody attacks from Campbelltown, and Comets come away with, no, it will be a Campbelltown throw-in. Piscineri looks long where Mullen and Malisi are lurking. Wright's there instead. Definitely looking to use Murray, it seems, more in this half. A lot of long through balls in his direction. Haven't really utilised this right side where you have the two attackers of Karachi and Malisi. Marino now looks to involve this right side with Malisi. Gets it under control and tries to take it past Irabona now, who's stumbling. Here's Karachi now. Might look to float a ball in. Opts to go short to Alright instead. Finds Malisi to Karachi, but just too far ahead of him and in between two players there from Malisi. Here's Mullen. Does well against Labaso. Now Ikonomopoulos. Looks like we've got some scores around the grounds. Adelaide United youth team going up 1-0 against Metro Stars. It's the first goal of the night in all competitions. In RA, NPLSA and State League 1. Here's Mavrolambardos to Lobo. Flicks in behind, but Mullen's there with the chest. And just clears that over the far side. Ikonomopoulos again looking over the top. He's found Irabona. Was he fouled by the goalkeeper? His chip just goes far past the post, and the question's asked there from Adelaide Comets team, but Christian Verdicchio says nothing but a goal kick. Two great through balls there laid on, and Irabona looked to chip that past Maggetto, but he's done enough, the goalkeeper, to keep his clean sheet intact for the moment. And Comets go begging. Here's Malisi over the top to Appiah. Under the pressure of Karkafiris, you can't keep it under. He might have fouled Park there, but he's going to come away with it, Comets. Now going to pick up that free kick in the middle of the park. Another giveaway there from Comets, but similarly Campbelltown do the same. Now they're outnumbered on this far side. Vatanos tries to keep it alive, but runs into the path of Joel Alright. Seems like it was a goal from young Brody Burkett, the Adelaide United youth team there. Scored a couple in a few weeks as the young attacker. Showing some good signs there in the youth team. Here's Marino. Trying to play it through to Karachi, but Park's in away yet again. Irabona. Barso can't keep that under his control. We edge closer to the half-time whistle. Only a couple of minutes to go, plus any added time. Not many stoppages in this half. No goals, of course. Karachi, his touch, only into the path of Irabona. And Labaso's is only into the path of Karachi. Here's Marino, does well under the pressure. Tries to go through the legs of Irabona, but both teams just handing it over to each other at the moment, and Mullen might win a free kick here, and again just kicks it into the legs there of Stojanovic. Mullen now for somebody in the box, but I'm sure he's hoping someone to be similar to his aerial threat was in there, and there wasn't. Pishineri to Karachi. Only back to Marisic. They've got to muster up one more chance in this half before it gets to added time. We edge closer. Marisic looking for the switch to Malisi. He does pick him out, but again, he's just edged out wide there by Hirabona. Looks to the feet of Marino, and again, non-completed pass, and that's halftime whistle. It's 0-0 here at Steve Woodcock Sports Centre in this round 5 fixture between Adelaide Comets and Campbelltown City. Not a lot to shout about that first half, but hope for some more impact in that second. We'll join you in that second half as well.
We all play the same game. The battlefield may look different, but between those painted lines, the feeling each of us get alongside our tribe. Let the moment sink in, then let it rip. The runs out wide, last-ditch efforts and clean sheets. The tap-in or rocket to the top bins. The eruption of the 12th player that sends shivers down your spine. It's in the way we celebrate, because football is everyone's game. Play football.
Labasso, a nice run forward, only him and Bartuli, and just couldn't quite get there.
What's the save?
Wins the corner though, but Bartuli. Usasa sends it into the area, and it's Vaughan. Leaps in and tips it over the crossbar, and if he did not, that was going to rock that net.
Those lines of Tavares. He then turn, cuts it to Voigt. Voigt with the touch inside, hits it, and that's a great save from Delingas.
Jason Konstantinopoulos 1-on-1 with Lazeka. Kristen Konstantinopoulos with a shot. Late tackle maybe, but great save there from Barbaro. One final chance for Blue Eagles. It's a good ball in. It's got a flick. It's got a second one, but that's an unbelievable save from Sebastian Matosevic. We said Oscar Moore's man of the match, but he's kept 2 goals out. They were clearly going in the back of the net.
He's made some unbelievable.
Headed away only to Metro Stars though. Edge of the box here, Visser. Now Gow with a little flick. Visser back in the box, and then the finish by Hamish Gow to get them 1-0 up early on.
What a goal.
Marino. Oh, wow! Oh, my God! That was insane! What a way to equalise!
By Murati, only as far as Mullen. Mullen hits it with the outside of the line. Can you believe it? Mullen with a second outside of the right boot. Mine's going to take it, and he does. And he picks his spot, and he finishes with a bomb. And that's his hat-trick, and the 8th goal for Playford to make it 8.
Belly being caught by Caden, now finds Anthony Costa, top of the box, goes with his left foot. Anthony Costa gets a second. He's got a brace in the first half, and he's taken Adelaide Croatia into a 2-0 lead at half time, David.
It's a beautiful finish. Just picked his slot out perfectly there, but gosh, Neograd have just left themselves exposed there.
On the back of the announcement of the celebration of football, NPLSA will be investing $50,000 into a coach education fund. $35,000 will be invested into community coach education, 19 courses at club venues and over 500 community coaches. Working closely with clubs to develop and upskill coaches will strengthen the grassroots community, which will obviously benefit the football community as a whole.
Can only be beneficial because most of the clubs, most of the coaches start off just as parents coaching their kids' teams, and they're learning on the job as much as the kids. So this would be perfect because not only would the kids be getting coached, the coaches will be getting coached.
As a club, we struggle to attract good coaches, and having this sort of funding coming our way will actually allow us to sort of offer more boys and girls out there to actually coach at the club. Everything comes at a cost these days, and this award presented to our club here again will allow our average parents, supporters, players to the opportunity to come out and actually to take on coaching and to be part of it. They've got a passion about this sport and a passion about this club. They'll be able to come here now, get trained up, and actually take on a team and just move forward with us here.
The remaining $15,000 will be invested into a joint initiative with NPLSA, Adelaide United and PSV, where selected coaches and technical directors from South Australia will be given the professional development opportunity to go to PSV in October 2025.
Once you get the bug for the coaching, you love it, and you love seeing the kids improve, especially the connection to your club. You want to see the kids come through at your club, and it's just a win-win for everyone.
Something here, plays out to Panagakos, and it's Panagakos! What an absolute cracker! Alicia Panagakos kicks off the season for Adelaide University.
And I mean, if Alicia keeps the play along instead of turning around,
have a shot, shot in, Tom and Bonner, and Christos, who we were talking about just a minute ago, has had a very good last 20 minutes and just come right into the game. This is 1-0 up.
Goes to Yamada. Good turn. Needs to find an option. Might even look to go for herself. Nini Yamada! Makes it 3-2 for West Adelaide. 20 minutes left.
Such a quality player to have in this competition. A long shot there by Notridge. It's gone in! Well, it was just a speculative effort by Notridge. And it looked like Elliott never picked it up, and Comets have taken the lead.
Coles Mini Roos is more than just football. It is a place to find our feet, learn new skills, and meet new friends. A place to start small and feel 10 feet tall. To have fun and laugh, to build confidence from the ground up. A place to belong. Football starts here. Find your place. Join our team.
We all play the same game. The pitch may change, but the stakes are the same. The ball we desire, the moves we admire. Because football is everyone's game. Play football.
Ghana United is like home the football.
It's always been our goal to move into State League.
Here it's a very family culture. There's a sense of oneness between the Resis, 18s, seniors. Everyone just feels like brothers.
You know, it's like how they say, you train the way you play, but actually when you rock up game days, we actually play like our heart is the last thing that's left, you know what I mean?
I'm loving it. Really good culture, really good environment. It's going great so far in the preseason.
About culture, you know, we open the door, every culture comes to mix to us.
Ghana United will be a club that can play football, simple football, a good football, that we will be in the next couple of years moving to the NPL.
Very thrilled, very excited.
Expect to see some rainbow flicks. That's what makes us Ghana FC, man.
To make its way through to Nicola despite the deflection. Here's Hazelwood, who does well to control the ball with the head. Hazelwood storming into the area, tries the shot, great save. And that should give Elliott a bit more confidence. He's done really, really well there. That ball was travelling.
Here's Hood, just needs to finish, gets it past Murphy. Needs to have some sort of hit. And Murphy manages to backpedal and make the stop.
Coles Mini Roos is more than just football. It is a place to find our feet, learn new skills, and meet new friends. Football starts here. Find your place. Join our team.
Adelaide Atletico is being built on 6 pillars. It's about respect, about community, fairness, development, technology.
Atletico is become a family, a big family.
This club's got a lot of opportunity to grow. There's a lot of potential here with all the players and the boys, and it's just like a very good place to be at.
We want to be competitive. We want to drive and develop our culture. We've gone out and we've got a few experienced players. I mean, I've gone and got a very good goalkeeper. We've got a really talented Argentinian guy and a couple of older players.
We're a good quality of boys. All the boys are already in a few weeks, they're getting really close.
We want to make sure that everybody that plays at this club feels that they're getting the benefit of our coaching group.
We literally do what we preach, which is let's just play.
Puts in the penalty and wins the grand final for Campbelltown City.
We're back here now in the second half here of this REA NPLSA round 5 fixture. It's 0-0 here between Campbelltown City and Adelaide Comets. From the off, it looks like no changes from either side at halftime. And we're hoping to see an opening goal in this half. Such a tight contest between these two. Shouldn't be long before the floodgates open. Karkafiris goes long to Labaso, and that's out for the far side. Minsung Park under the pressure from Karachi, spins out well, out of the danger. And now spreads the play. Great bit of strength there from Minsung Park. Here's Lobo with a touch to Konomopoulos, but only comes out to Leon Bruno, who spreads it for Appiah. Dealing with Irabona Appiah. Irabona does well. Spins out of danger himself. Now Park can reset for Adelaide Comets. And out they come now with Mavro Lombardos. Here's Lujic. Stojanovic flicks in behind for Labaso. There's time to drive against Malisi. Now Minsung Park on the far left. Goes one way, then the other. Goes again. Puts a good ball in for Labaso. Flicks on. And I think he might have had a bit of a head clash there. I'm not sure if it was with his own defender or it was with his own teammate, but another good opportunity there coming from that left side of Minsung Park. Here's Maggetto playing out to Maricic. Alex Mullen looking for the long diagonal ball, but seems like it's a similar table to the first half. Nobody on the end of it, and overhit as well. Here's Daniel Vaughan. Slowing things down for Adelaide Comets. And only finding Piscineri in the middle of the park. Spins out well from Labaso's pressure. Here's Piscineri to Josh Murray on the far left. Josh Murray takes it on, finds Liam Bruno with space to cross. He goes far post. Marino's there with a flick, but he's got not enough power on that header to trouble the goalkeeper. Park now to Irabona. Finds Mavrolambardos, tries to chip forward, and again, both these teams over-hitting balls in behind. It's been the story of this game so far, and seems like neither team has learnt from that first half and how this pitch plays or how their team are moving, because they keep trying that ball and it's not paying off. Marisic looking in behind for Josh Murray. He's going to contest with Vaughan here. He was taken out by one. Was he taken into the chest from a hand from Vaughan? Couple of claims, but nothing too strong. And now that looks like it's going to go over the far side from Adelaide Comets. And he's going to ask the question, Josh Murray, to Christian Verdicchio. Was the arm raised of Vaughan as he was trying to control that ball? It's too late now, but good ball into the channel. Here's Murray trying to battle out with Vatanos, sorry. Piscineri and Marisic got Stojanovic to deal with. Liam Bruno back to Piscineri. Looks in behind for Appiah, and he might get a second bite at the cherry as the touch there from Lujic into his path. And now here's Lobo, who's going to shield this out for a throw-in. Vatanos now. Got a flick there from Murray to play it all the way back to Alex Mullen, who's looking for this long ball again. Alex Mullen. This time it's on the floor to Marino, whose touch is too heavy, and Stojanovic can go clear, but a good touch from Malisi, who plays it out, and now Joel Allwright can clear. Looks in behind for Karachi. Good interception from Minsung Park, but Karachi can come away with it now. Got a bit of pressure, and as does Malisi. Piscineri, bit of a bouncing ball, but recovers. Now Josh Murray, more time to run at this back line of Adelaide Comets. Finds the feet of Marino. Spins as he did against Modbury, but this time there's too many blue and black shirts in his way. Mavrolambardos looks long to Labasso, but Alex Mullen is imperious in the back line and doesn't let that ball go through. Malisi to Karachi. Bit of a heavy touch, and Minsung Park robs his pocket. He's coming away with it now. Minsung Park, he's found it to Labasso. His touch is a bit heavy. Goes in with a big challenge there on Maricic. Still alive, Jaden Labasso! Went himself there, and Maggetto makes a good save. Now Josh Murray spins Vatanos. Bit of space to run into, but him and Marino on different paths, as one expected the other to pass, the other one expected to run. Mavrolambardos now as well, noting in the past few games he's played more deeper role. As I've seen him in the past, he's usually been on the wing or even at fullback at times, but seems to be playing in a defensive midfield role for Adelaide Comets. It's almost a good ball there from Labasso, but Murray's doing his defensive duty as well, and he tracks that back just behind for a goal kick. Maricic looking long for Appiah. Got a good touch from Lujic. Now Ikonomopoulos gets tackled late there by Liam Bruno, and it'll be a free kick in this midfield third. Looks like it's going to be taken by Mavrolambardos. Left-footed delivery. They've sent their numbers up now, so they're looking for something on this set piece, our Adelaide Comets. Launches deep. Looks like it's got a touch, I think. Labarcio was offside if you did make contact, and Vidicchio is going to call that anyway. Maricic again looking for that channel for Murray. Takes it well under pressure. Finds Liam Bruno, who returns the favour to Josh Murray on this left side. He's got to put a cross in. Gets stuck under his feet a little bit as Ikonomopoulos comes and provides the numbers, and they can only clear long. Touch is loose there, and as is that one from Liam Bruno, is out of position now, but Ikonomopoulos looks for Luis Lobo. Plays it in behind for Labarso. His touch on his knee might be a bit heavy, but he's going to win the corner, it looks. He's not. It's going to be a goal kick. Looks like Mullen's done enough to put him off as that goes out for Maggetto. Not a lot of movement on either benches at the moment. No sparks from either team to come on. Of course, they've got some youthful talent and some experience on that Campbelltown side who can come on and make a difference. Both teams probably a little bit short on attackers, though. That's a good spin from Marino. Looks again to Josh Murray. He's getting a lot of the ball this half, as he did in the first half. Faces up his defender. Josh Murray one way, then the other. Has a strike, Josh Murray! What a finish from Josh Murray into the top right corner. Happy late birthday, Josh. That's one for the hill, that's for sure. What a goal. All half, and even in the first half, he was so dangerous in those pockets, and he found his shooting boots last week, and at half-time he changed into the pink ones, and he's found the top corner. First league goal of the season for Josh Murray. What a scorcher it was. 1-0 to Campbelltown here at Steve Woodcock Sports Centre. And the home crowd were definitely waiting for something to shout about, and that's one for sure that he's going to remember. Instantly after that as well, looks like Adelaide Comets are going to make a change as well. It's their goal-scoring hero from last week in the Cup. 2 goals, Stelios Zacharakis. Predominantly a right back, but I think last week, if my memory serves me correctly, he was playing right wing. He's going to replace Stojanovic, so it looks like he's going to go into the attack. So with the new coaching changes at Adelaide Comets this year, it seems like they've unearthed some different positions for some of these players. We've talked about Ikonomopoulos playing deeper, Min Sung Park playing left fullback, Mavrolambardos playing deeper. Of course, Labasso changed his to a more of attacking position last season, and now Zacharias has entered the fray as a right winger, it seems. Here's Piscineri now. Bit of life in this Campbelltown team now. Game sparked into life after that goal. He's done it many of times, Josh Murray. Last season in particular here at Campbelltown, he finds his space on that left side, and if he's 1v1, you know it's game over. Here he is again, in behind. Josh Murray with the left foot this time. Looks for Marino, whose strike is deflected. Could have gone himself there with his left foot, Josh Murray. He's a man in form at the moment. 2 goals in 2, and he's got his first goal in the league this season. You can hear the fans on the microphone there in the Joe Natale balcony. One of the young kids is very excited about that. First league goal at home. And it's scored by none other than Josh Murray. Here's Labasso, strong tackle though from Maricic, and it's a bit too strong, says Verdicchio. I think he said that he's probably come from behind the player and he's in an illegal position to do that. So it's going to be a free kick for Adelaide Comets, sorry. Finally some movement on the Campbelltown bench. It's Josh Baresi going through his paces, so we might see him enter the fray sometime soon. Got this set piece to deal with first. Mavro Lombardos puts it into a dangerous area as he usually does, I'm sure. It looks like he's going to go for that far post. Here he is, Mavro Lombardos. Think delivery, it is headed on, but it's widened off the post from Irabona as well. I think that was Vatanos who got his head on that first delivery, but the angle was too tight for Irabona and he strikes the frame. Just as I was saying how dangerous those set pieces are from Mavro Lombardos, he swings it into an excellent area and attacked fantastically from the young Vatanos past the goalkeeper. He couldn't keep his shot on target, but Irabona with the follow-up was a little closer. And now Mullen goes long for Appiah. Long kick there and it's caught. And I think Karkafiris has gone down very heavy after that little altercation there. I'm not sure if it was with his goalkeeper or maybe even with Appiah who pushed him. Going to see a little stoppage in play here now though. And more of those Campbelltown City substitutes warm up, but Josh Baresi has got his bib off. He's ready to come on, the number 10. Yet to see where he's going to feature, but I assume in this break they are going to make a sub. Still waiting to see. I don't think the referee is ready, but having a look who is going to be replaced. I think it's going to be James Carocci on the far side to make way for this substitution. I think that's 15 or so minutes into the half, and it's going to be Josh Baresi to come on. And a bit of a shuffle of formation as Daniel Mullen's just getting his instructions over to the team now, where I think it's going to be Mark Marino on that far right. Baresi to slot in the 10. And Appiah and Maury to stay at striker and left wing. So end of the night for young James Carocci on the far right. Probably didn't get involved as he would have liked in this game. Got an assist last week from a corner, but still waiting to open the account. But the game continues now, and an experienced player like Baresi enters the fray. It's a handball there from Pictionary. Might be able to give you some goal updates from around the grounds as well, as a lot of those games have kicked off. So it's of course 1-0 here for Campbelltown. It's 1-0 to Raiders over Playford. 2-0 at half-time between Adelaide United Youth and Metro. And 1-0 FKB got over Pacala. That's another set piece coming in. Punched by Maggetto. Comes out the second time to Karkafiris. Deflected out from Maricic. Couple of shouts of handball, but Irabona keeps it alive. He delivers one now. Labasso goes himself, and another good claim there from Maggetto. Under the pressure, and the ball was bouncing in the box and just seemed to find black and blue shirts. Wants to get underway quickly. Here's all right with a burst through midfield. Looks for Marino on that right wing now. Good ball through to Malisi. Held up by Park. Spins out of the danger now. Malisi looks to the feet of Baresi, who's just come on. Josh Baresi deflected out to Josh Murray's path, but a goal-saving challenge there from young Nick Vatanos. Instant impact coming onto that right side was Marino on the wing now, and created another opportunity there where Baresi just entered the park, has had a strike on target and almost allowed Murray to get another tap in. Here he is again. Baresi uses his body so well in these situations and kicked the ball in that corner for Campbelltown City. Baresi again to Liam Bruno. Maricic drives into the space and there's not many options to go forward, but Baresi will keep this now. Looks in behind to Appiah, gets the touch. Shielded out the way from the Comets defence though. Maricic has been excellent on the ball this half. Some great through balls. That's another one from Baresi who's just come on. Keeps things ticking and getting really involved as he's come on. It's a big sliding challenge from Zacharias though. And it's the first talking to by Christian Verdicchio. But what an impact already, just coming on. Josh Baresi, the number 10, and he's just straight involved. That's what you get from a experienced player like him. He loves to free roam in that number 10 role. He's so strong on the ball and deceptively quick when he's on it as well. Just seems to glide out of challenges and spin out of danger, but he's won himself and his team a free kick. Which will be taken by Adam Piscineri. Here he is, goes short to Liam Bruno. Tries to swing a delivery in, but Mavro Lombardos is there. Puts it into a weird area for Minsung Park to deflect it off to Appiah to Murray, and again! What a save from Daniel Vaughan. He could have had a hat-trick so far, Josh Murray. But standing in his way was the yellow wall of Daniel Vaughan. What a save that is. That could be up for save of the week. Looked like it was closing in on that near post, and he's just got a big palm to that one. Now it's Piscineri on this set piece as Karachi is departed. It's a good delivery, far post, defended out well, and it's only fallen to the feet of Alex Mullen. He's going to find Marino. Great touch out of danger. Goes with the left foot now to try and switch this. Murray's there, and so is Piscineri. He wants to feed the man in form. Murray to Malisi. Thinks back post. Alex Mullen's there, but he can't latch onto that one as it sails past for a goal kick, but Campbelltown City are definitely looking the better of the two teams in this half. Just keeping it in this attacking third for them, and Campbelltown are just ahead of their own halfway line for the most part of this 20 minutes in the second half. I think we're about, of course, up to the 65th minute or so. That's a big run there from Lujic, who just about wins a free kick as he was about to lose it with his heavy touch. He goes now with a long diagonal ball to Minsung Park. Great touch there from Malisi though, who somehow controls that through his legs. Mullen now looking for a long ball, sprays it out to Appiah. Good skill to get it face to face with the defender. He's driving inside now, Appiah. Is he fouled on the ball? He is. Another good area for a set piece delivery from Campbelltown City. I think it's going to be Joel Allwright who takes this one and waits for his captain Alex Mullen to find his way through the back post. Here's Allwright's delivery, goes short instead to Marino, who tries the first time shot. Looked like it came off okay, but he leant back a bit too much and it's only gone behind for another goal kick. Had quite a few shots in this second half, Campbelltown. I think one or two for Adelaide Comets have come from their set pieces, but we know they're a late team. Adelaide Comets, especially at Ellis Park so far this season, they've created so much drama in the 80th plus minute. So you can never count them out, especially when there's only one goal in this game. That's a good touch from Labasso, but Liam Bruno battles out of two defenders, and now Maricic looks forward, but he overhits that one to Murray and Vaughan's out of his box now. Looks like they're going to turn to the bench again. Adelaide Comets. Some more attacking threat as well, and it's going to be Harry Thomas to come on and young Nick Vatanos to make way. Probably had one of the best opportunities of this half to the young right back, and now looks like Harry Thomas is going to enter the fray in a opposing position and potentially a bit of a shuffle yet. Zacharias has dropped to right fullback from the wing, and in that midfield diamond it looks like it's going to be Harry Thomas on the left side of it now. Lobos come to the right. Here's Alex Mullen under the pressure of Irabona. Magetto puts it into an area. Minsung Park deals with it, but he's a bit loose with his pass there on the far side, and might be able to see the coaches on the near side not happy with how he's dealt with that after the pressure. Didn't have too much of it, and he's just given it back to Campbelltown, who seem to have long periods of possession. And they're trying to slow this game down now. To the 70th minute, we're just about to reach. Here's Maricic looking for Marino, stayed onside. Now let's see what he can deliver. It's a low ball and easily defended, but they've just given it back through Harry Thomas to Allwright. Piscineri now looking to switch and try and find Murray. That touch from Zacharias has just put it into his path. Josh Murray left-footed delivery, and somehow that's missed the net. Looked like it was harder to miss. But somehow a mixture of Marino and Appiah have not turned that in for Campbelltown City, but everything is going through the number 11 of Campbelltown City at the moment. He's creating for others, having opportunities himself, and unbelievable how they haven't gone 2 goals ahead now. They're looking for the bench now as Piscineri has hit the deck. Not sure if this was planned or if Piscineri said something to them as he was coming past the touchline, but I think this will be a like-for-like switch with Brandon Santafanti readied on the touchline for a substitution. Of course, started in the Cup last week, but he hasn't started too much this season otherwise for Campbelltown City. Much loved player of Michael Matriciani in the last season, and had a bit of a breakout starring role in that midfield. Found it a bit more difficult this year as the new coach Daniel Mullen is shuffling his options in that midfield, with Marino dropping into there and Piscineri returning to the club. So he's found it, his chances a bit harder to come by, but he's got a good opportunity to play 20 or more minutes here now, Brandon Santafanti, and if anything's to go by, his performance against Modbury Jets was definitely a highlight off the bench that day, and he was involved in almost all 3 of the goals in the lead up. See what he can do tonight as Piscineri departs. Park looks to the feet of Labasso, but it's cleared out by the Campbelltown back line, and Karkafiris has only got one attacker to deal with, and looks like he's trying to run out as much as he's got left. Appiah, as he came over in that stoppage to ask the medical staff for some attention. Here's Liam Bruno, who's done well. Look for the return, and the coaching staff of Comets are really not happy with how aggressive he came in there on Irabona, but in my opinion, that's a hard and fair tackle. He was off balance here, Irabona, and sometimes that's just what happens. Here's Labasso, has a big sliding challenge avoided from Maricic, who looks like he might have pulled something there, so we'll see what happens there late in the play, but he's going to make it to the back post here. Minsung Park into Mavro Lombardos. Tries with his right foot, but you can tell why that's his weak foot, as he finds neither a shot on target or a delivery into the box. Looks like it might be a bit of a calf issue there for Maricic. They're really struggling for defensive injuries at the moment, Campbelltown. They've already got their player Javan Alec out tonight. Piscineri looks like he might have pulled up with something. And now Marisic with his calf is a bit sore, and looks like Daniel Mullen is going to turn to another player who's come back from an injury, Connor Centofanti this time, who of course started last week in the Cup but hasn't yet in the league. Lubo with a flick. Mullen cool under the pressure. Looks long again for Marino. Has he sprung the offside trap? He has. Mark Marino. Was he fouled? No, says the referee. Looking for his 5th goal of the season after a starring hat-trick in his last game against Modbury Jets. He, of course, didn't feature in the Australia Cup as he was away with a couple of the other Campbelltown contingent on wedding duties in Melbourne. Here's Comets, though, with Lubo. His touches are away from Malisi, who comes inside with a tackle. But it's 50-50, says Verdicchio, and in the end, it's good defending and out for a goal kick. Baresi using his body against Park. Comes away with, I think Appian might be offside here. Yeah, he doesn't even get the touch, but assistant was definitely privy to that knowledge. Missed flick there, but Murray's doing his defensive duties now. Well-round performance from him so far. Baresi picks the pocket of Lujic. 3v3 here at the back. If he can find Marino back post, cuts inside instead and shows too much of it to Lujic and gives him the shoulder. Referee says play on. That's 50-50. Now he puts the ball in, but he can only pick out Comets defender. Zacharias now. Baresi putting himself about. Zacharias only finds Joe Alright in the midfield, who looks to find Marino. To Mullen, great touch away from the pressure and dumps Ladini Rabona to the ground. He's had a great performance again at centre-back tonight, Mullen. Malisi looked far post, and I doubt it's got a deflection, but it's just gone over the far side. So if I had to pick out a few players in this game who've had a starring role, of course Josh Murray has been excellent tonight, but one of those centre-backs I think in Maricic, Mullen, or even I'd say Liam Brenner's had a good night tonight at left full-back. Here's Mavrolambardos. Irabona looking long, but Liam Bruno was there again, and now Marino's got a bit of pressure. That's a loose pass. Just cleared by Malisi. He's Luz Lobo into the path of Labasso, gets a great touch away and wins the foul from Joel Alright. Still no bookings tonight from the referee, Verdicchio. He's let a lot go, but he's had a great night as well as a referee's keeping the game flowing and not slowing down with any bookings. This is where the free kick's going to be taken though. And if previous is to go by, Mavrolambardos might be on the top of it, but Aladdin's got the ball in his hands at the moment. Central position, great shooting range. Not too close to worry about it going over. We'll see what he can do with the power. Verdicchio's marked out the spots for where it's taken and where the wall is. Bit of confusion about where that wall is. Looks like it might have been a bit too far out, and Verdicchio is going to tell him, get behind that line. That's what I put it there for. Couple in front as well. Still a bit of stoppage here for this, but Irabona is definitely going to be on the end of it. Irabona, nothing doing, but it might have had a deflection on it. Doesn't really look like it, but must have seen something that we didn't. Here, Verdicchio there. And they'll get a corner instead, and it's also going to be taken by Aladdin Irabona. On the far side, Irabona takes nice and deep. Harry Thomas looked to get a touch. Mavrolambardos comes away with it, but his touch is too close to Malisi. Might get a chance on his right foot. He does swing it in. William Bruno clears, and Mori contests with Lujic and goes down with a bit of a head injury, but Verdicchio is paying none of that. Comets still have the numbers here. Mavrolambardos in behind to Luis Lobo. Great tackle though there from Joel Allwright. Looks like Zacharias got the long throw in his locker. Very flat that one though, and gets a second bite at cherry with this one. Needs to loop it a bit more. That's a bit better. Marisic all the way out to Kalkafiris on the edge of the box, but that volley sails over the bar, and looks like might be 3 from 3 at this stage for Campbelltown City. No matter what the goalkeeper is, they're keeping clean sheets now, which is something they couldn't say in the previous few games. Kept one in the cup last week against Playford and one before that against Modbury, but at the moment they're looking for their 3rd in a row. Magetto. Baresi contests with Mavrolambardos. Referee again says nothing. Flicked on by Marino. Appia's in behind. Corbena Appia. Enough pressure there from Damian Lujic to put him off the strike and put it behind from a corner. But again, another opportunity set up that time from Marino on the right wing. So no matter where he's playing, Mark Marino, he's always involved in these goals. And Appia, that search goes on for his first Campbelltown goal. His first goal in local football here in South Australia. Here's Marino. Drives this one into Baresi. And again, another chance goes begging for Campbelltown. A great delivery and a great leap from Josh Baresi, but his header just glances past the far post and out of bounds. That long ball comes to nothing as well from Comets. So Campbelltown, numerous occasions they've had chances to wrap this game up. They just can't seem to put it through, and now they're going to bring on some defensive reinforcements and maybe try and hold on to this 1-0 lead. Looks like it'll be James Boffer to come on for Joel Allwright. And Malisi also to come on for Connor Centofanti. Great contributions from both of them tonight. It's good to see Malisi back starting football matches and back involved in this Campbelltown team, as it was the ever-present Joel Allwright. So we'll see what that looks like. I think it's going to be Connor Centofanti out there at right fullback and James Boffer in the midfield, where my memory serves me correctly, he played a little bit there under the previous coach Matriciani, so he's no stranger to that position. Here's Maury trying to get on the end of that through ball from Marino, but too much, and they're going to try and sit in now. Here's Park. Looks inside, chips that over the top. Was Labasso fouled? Verdicchio says no, and dropped it the first time of asking there from Magetto, but recovers to pick that one up. So they've used quite a few subs at the moment, Campbelltown, and Comets have only used the 1, or the 2, sorry. They've brought on Zacharias and Harry Thomas. So that support touch from Lujic. Feeds Murray on this left side. Finds Baresi, who of course so tricky in these situations, and he will slow this right the way down and just win a throw in instead. Been known to be quite a good super sub is Josh Baresi to close out matches or even break them open with goals. If he doesn't get one tonight, I'll be a bit disappointed, but his hard work has gone to show for a lot since he's come on for young James Karachi. He wins a corner this time. We enter the last 5 or so minutes. Maybe we've got 10 with a bit of added time. Now it's Josh Murray on this corner. Can he add to his goal with an assist? It's a deep delivery. It's bobbling down and Mullins there, but I think that, yeah, it's gone past the far back of the goal. I think it probably might have even been out by the time it reached his head, but interesting delivery there from Murray. Dipping and coming from a very high trajectory. Brandon Santafanti to Murray, and Boffa wins his header as well. Zacharias gets a late one from Brandon Santafanti, as did, I think, Liam Bruno on Labasso, and Zacharias is feeling the effects of that one. The Comets staff are asking for a bit more than a talking to, but he's just come on the park, Santafanti, so doubt he'd get into the book that early for his first tackle. I think Vidicchio did mention that to him as well, showing him it's only been first, but watch out. It's a good ball in for Labasso. Headed out by Marisic, and he's definitely struggling with something here. Lubo. I think that's a handball, actually. And now going to pull this back for a free kick, and keep an eye on Marisic there, number 21 for Campbelltown. He was limping after he tried to make that interception, and they've used all their subs, it seems, Campbelltown. So these last 5 or 10 minutes, he's really got to stay back and try and head everything clear. It's going to be Mavro Lombardos with the left-footed delivery. Goes far post. Harry Thomas was there, doesn't get a contact. Irabona will keep it alive. He puts it into an area, but cleared out from Liam Bruno. Baresi's got the chase on here with Minsung Park. Irabona. Thomas. Fouled, but with the advantage, and good defensive interception there from Appiah. He's trying to get his defence out of their block at the moment. There's Santafanti. Played around him. Luis Lobo to Jaden Labasso. Takes it one way, then his left foot. Takes too long with his shot and just bobbles into the path of Maggetto there. And again, I think that was Marisic who got the interception. What a night he's had. Even if he's struggling with something there, he's still providing some defensive actions. Brandon Santafanti in behind for Murray and Lujic to contest with, and he's done enough to header that back to his goalkeeper. Lujic. Irabona has got the touch away from Boffa there. Behind Mavro Lombardos there, and Baresi there was there to pick his pocket. Here's Marino on the left side now. He's got Murray if he can find him, but he chose to drive himself, and you can see on the near side Daniel Mullins not happy with that decision. Here's Lujic. Over the top of Liam Bruno there, and it's now Iconomopoulos who tries to switch this over to Minsung Park, but Connor Santafanti's there, and he puts that into the car park. Yet to see how many minutes added Vidicchio is going to put onto the end of this game, but we're edging closer to that 90th minute mark, and a memorable 1-0 win in front of their home fans. Their first league win at home of the season. They're minutes away from it. They've just got to hang on here, Campbelltown, or even finish it off with the second. Here's Lujic to Zacharias. Goes one way then the other. Finds Mavro Lombardos. He needs to swing a delivery in here. Tries to play Zacharias, but it's behind him. They're desperate now, Comets. Sending numbers forward, but they're not putting the deliveries at the moment. Karkafiris goes deep. Finds the feet of Labaso. He's going to strike. Again, Marisic is in the way. They're going to get a corner, though. Under the pump right now is Campbelltown City. They're going to go short here. It looks Irabana does go short to Mavro Lombardos. He gets his delivery, but away from everybody. Maybe that was the wrong idea, and Baresi uses his strength well against Karkafiris, and now he's going to do it against Minsung Park. Advantage played here by Christian Verdicchio, and Damian Lujic does well under the pressure of two players. Here's Zacharias, his shot is dragged past the post, and nothing doing. The shouts of keep going from the Campbelltown City staff. They've got to dig in here and pull out this win. Big defensive interceptions here to play. And they've got just added time to work with. Adelaide Comets, they are the late game specialists. See what they have to say about this, if they can create some drama and snatch it from the hands of the home team. But at this stage, no one's gone to attack that ball. Baresi, they're just leaving it to him. Here's Marino. Maybe he's got questions to take it to the corner. That's a soft one back from Baresi to him, though. Mavro Lombardos down the line to Irabona, and Connor Santafanti picks his pocket. No foul, says the ref. Dances in the middle of the park. There's Mark Marino, and keeps it ticking for Campbelltown. Good touch from Liam Bruno. Looking for somebody on the wing, but everybody's nice and tight and compact for Campbelltown. Boffa thought he might have picked the pocket there of Minsung Park, but a bit too eager there. He's fouled it. It's just added time, and tried to take a bit off the clock there, Boffa, but no booking. Here's Vaughan launching this long. It's gone central. Brandon Santafanti's there. Wins well. Marino looked to play it down the line, and I don't think Murray's going to keep this in, but he will. Baresi still pressing here, trying to stop this long ball coming. That's a successful one, and Mullins there to clear. Lujic looked inside, but he played it behind his own teammate, and Magetta will take a lot of time out of this clock here by taking it to his hands. Magetta launches long to Baresi to deal with Zacharias. Uses his body so well, Baresi. At that time, he went a bit too tricky with the Meg, and he might eventually win a throw in here. He doesn't. Got a bit too tricky looking for the nutmeg there, but got not long to go here, Campbelltown. They've got to hold on. Here's Labaso, who's got something to say about it. Out of a few challenges, Liam Bruno was there though. Great win from him. Brandon Santafanti to Murray. Chooses to stay in the corner instead of put a delivery in. Here's Josh Murray under the pressure. He spins out of two of them, Gareth Bale style. Josh Murray with the delivery. Nobody's there across the face of the box, and no one can tackle it in. Tap it in, sorry. There's Marino trying to battle out there with Minsung Park. Not long left in this game now. Mavro Lombardos. Mullen does what he does best. He doesn't do it in the midfield tonight, but he does it at the back. Wins a foul by putting his body in the position where an attacker's just going to come through the back of him. If he wants to or not, he's got a great position in his hands at the moment. Alex Mullen at the centre of defence. Verdicchio is going to try and hurry up Magetta going here, but it's been a great defensive display from Campbelltown. Besides a couple of balls over the top that Magetta has claimed, I don't think he's had a lot to deal with. And that goes to show how well that back four in front of him have played. Here's Aladdin Irabana, takes it past a few. Tackled by Boffa and Brandon Santafanti as well, backing him up. Can't be long left now. And that's full-time whistle here at Steve Woodcock Sports Centre. They've got their first home win of the season. And that was due to our Josh Murray screamer. They'll take the 3 points here at home and boost themselves up the ladder. It's the equal top team, Adelaide Comets, who have fallen to a loss here. They're second of the season, but it's a great performance in front of their home fans from the Red Devils. That's all from us here in the commentary booth at Steve Woodcock Sports Centre. We'll join you next week for some more action, and tomorrow night there will be some as well. But elsewhere in the leagues, there's still some football to catch up on, so make sure you switch over now. But it's full time here. Home team Campbelltown City with a 1-0 win.